people are asking about what's up with my parole. 2024, that's the year. That's my year. If God is willing, you know, I believe he is, but we ain't stopping. Know what I'm saying? We ain't slowing down, and we're not waiting. We're going to make it happen right now.
Man, this guy has an ego. He sounds like he used to when he was on the CDs and all that. Christi, we're trying to keep our temperature down here, but it's hot. Basically, they're saying that this guy can't get parole, or this is his year. He's supposedly saying this comes from a podcast. Shout out to the Food Community. They posted this clip. I mean, the guy's already, pushing 50. Christi, your thoughts?
53 years old.
Go ahead, sis. Before we break down the whole situation with the parole, we'll give the facts as much as we don't really want to hear these, but we got to, give the truth. But Christi, your thoughts, go ahead.
Yeah, you already know my thoughts, Nino. I am just absolutely disgusted. It is true. I looked up Texas parole things, and it looks like that he is going to be eligible for release this year. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think it's disgusting he's allowed to post videos from behind bars where he is incarcerated for one of the most heinous crimes possible, and I just think it's disgusting the amount of support that this man gets.
Sis, what's even worse, he has his daughter. I don't know if this came from this clip dropped 2 days ago. I don't know how many views it did here on YouTube, but his daughter's interviewing him. He's in prison. I guess you can be on a phone in prison nowadays, but he's talking about dope sales itself and the gonna hit every time, the crack. And he's basically, with his daughter saying this, I have the caption pulled up, and he's telling his daughter this. Nothing like dope house. He says, well, let me go and play it, I guess. Hold on real quick.
It's just so much love, There's nothing like Dope House. It's just dope, you know what I mean? Dope sells itself.
Yep. That crack gonna hit every time.
Oh, wow. His daughter said that part.
Yeah, he's been such a great parental role model for his child. Wow.
Sis, I mean, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I would never want to speak to my daughter like this. Or anyways, this is crazy. I didn't even know, this showed. I just popped it up, for the backdrop here. But anyways, Christi, let's go ahead and, go into the facts. I was saying that, him trying to get parole, he needs to show remorse. And he needs to apologize to the family and the victims, which he has not even admitted to doing any of this. He still claims his innocence. I don't know how that affects his parole date. But Christi, what are the facts about someone in the TDC, the Texas Department of Corrections? What is the parole stats and facts? Go ahead.
So we all know, people can go back to your old videos, that in 2002, he was convicted of, we have to be careful with our words on here, but misappropriation with a child, and was sentenced to 45 years incarceration. He is in the Ramsey unit, which I'm pretty sure is probably special needs yard, controlled population yard.
PC.
And yeah.
Pervert
PC,
yard.
And yeah. And how do you say it? Rocheron or Rocheron? I'm not sure how you pronounce
Texas.
that. Yeah, Rocheron,
I think
Texas.
that's in South Texas, kind of probably around Houston. I'm not too sure, but I think I've even drove through there.
It does say that he's eligible for parole in 2024. Here's my thing, and I just have to get this off my chest, Nino, just so that I can say that I said it. We get hate every time that we post anything about him. Guys, we pulled the official court records. That's what I just want everybody to know. This was just not one child. This wasn't just two children. This was multiple victims. This man sat in front of a jury, and a jury of his peers convicted him. There was no blackmail or
no conspiracy.
No conspiracy, none of those things. These things happen. I get so sick of people saying, well, the 13-year-old was somewhere she shouldn't have been and tricked him. He even testified that he picked her up and dropped her off at middle school. That is the mind of a reprobate. Like, there is no, if you support him, then you support what he does. It can't be both.
Yep. Sis, so is he eligible, and what are his chances? Give the facts.
It says that most of the time somebody with a 45-year sentence gets paroled at about the 22-year 6-month mark, and that's exactly where he is. I hope not. If so, please keep your kids close. I can tell you that there are a lot of people not in favor of him getting out. A big Instagram influencer had kind of posted something that's about this, and a lot of people are saying things like all his concerts he's going to have 18 plus, since he's not going to be allowed to be around minors. Another one said, and I can't say the word, these kind of people don't get to have a comeback.
You're reading the comments, right, on Instagram?
Another one said he didn't mean, well, I don't know if I can even say that, but you know, what the daughter was just saying at the beginning of the video, saying that no, he meant playing with children games.
Wow.
People are saying he's also taking over all the local middle schools too. So there's a lot of people that have turned their back on him, and it does not matter if you're my mother, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. You harm a child and you are forever cut off. I don't care about heritage. I don't care that he was the best rapper in the game. I don't care about any of that. Children matter. And Amen. I just, you know where I go with this, Nino. So I'm going to let you talk now.
All right. Well, sis, I'm not going to lie. He sounds very cocky and confident. And I even sound like he's under the influence of something, in my opinion, on that phone call. He sounds very arrogant. He sounds like he knows something that we don't know, and that he's going to get out. Again, we're going to push, once we close to the date, we're going to do probably a telethon, who knows, and just start writing letters, doing lives and videos to keep him locked up, because the children and the victims have a life sentence. So I think he should have, I think he should do his full sentence. And it's just crazy. A lot of blowback this guy, when they post him, it's controversial, and it's weird that the Texans, it's a shame, in my opinion, but I'm a Texan, a West Texan, but we don't play that crap over here. And it's sad that the Texans just embrace him and love him no matter what. And it's usually the California, fans or I would say audience that rejects this guy, because in Cali, especially in the prison situation, they don't play these games with people like SPM. I'm not going to say I just hate him. I don't even know this guy, but I just know that most people have folded. A lot of people, they talk so bad about him or try to expose him before in other videos. I'm not going to say their names, but they get around certain people and they're bigging this guy up. But the point is, I want to salute us, Christi, because we've never let up or off of this situation. We're always going to do for children. We're going to get a lot of hate and blowback in the comments. The video is going to do numbers, and they're going to say that we're clout chasing. That's not what this is about. We honestly care for innocent children and victims. I'm just going to say this. One of my family members was SA'd. And when that happens, God forbid it happens to anybody out there, but if it's happened to you or someone you love, this thing can shatter somebody's whole existence.
It does. It does. It's not that it can. It does.
It does.
He has, and I've talked about it before, and this is a social worker again, and me coming out. He has an entitled, narcissistic personality.
Yeah.
This man,
he needs help. He's sick in the head.
This man did this to a 9-year-old child, took the child home, and sat down with the family and ate menudo before the little girl finally came clean to her mother of why she wanted to come home.
And they all say that it was a lie, that she made it up. And I always tell them the same thing. Matter of fact, I got $1,000 if anybody can find the clip of her saying this. They say that she made it up. And they even have the audacity to say that she's a fan now of his and it was all a made up story. I'm like, if they had that clip, we said it before in other videos, if that clip was online in this day and age in 2024, it would probably be used to try to get him out of prison. It's not true. The girl never.
The mother would be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't blackmail people. You can't extort people. You can't do that. And it's not just one child. It's multiple children, and he's coming out with the same mindset that he went in with. That we're taking the game back over, and that we're doing this and doing that.
Wow.
And everything. You know what? I don't care how big and bad he is. I don't care how many of his followers come at me. It doesn't matter. You will never change my mind. He is what he is. He is a monster, and he deserves to sit right there in PC.
Yeah, and right here I'm looking at his daughter, you know, and I feel bad for her. You know, she's gonna do for daddy, you know. Like,
Yep.
you know, my daughter, you know, we have a close bond, and I know a father and daughter relationship, how it is, but she's just gonna continue doing for her father, even though her father is a monster. Ladies and gentlemen, let this show you that you can't trust everybody. We need to be careful that our kids are not being coerced, groomed even by even family and friends. My daughter, I can count on probably two fingers how many times she spent the night anywhere in her whole life, and she's already going to be 19. She's 18 right now. So I feel bad for her daughter. She's on the screen, and people just want to say I'm talking, you know, about her. I mean, this public. She's making a video, so we can, you know, speak about this. But it's sad, you know, and it's really sad to see, like I said, his daughter. You know, she's going to defend her dad regardless of what we think. And the point is, he's up for parole, and he's very confident that he's going to get parole. Final word on this. Go ahead, sis.
And if he's maintaining his innocence, then he's probably done that to his daughter for all these years. And everybody, nobody,
he's not going to admit it.
Yeah, and kids love their parents regardless. I mean, some of the worst cases of abuse that I ever saw whenever I was working with little girls, you know, they still loved their parents. Like, that was mom and that was dad, that was whoever. That is what they grew up with. That is who they know. That was their family. So they have that connection. But it's just a shame that, like, in his mind, you never, ever, like you said, you never see any remorse. You never say, I might even respect him a little bit if he would say that. At least it shows that there's some kind of conscience in there, but there's not. It's seared.
Seared, ladies and gentlemen. Romans chapter 1.
And with you saying that, I want to bring up one of my favorite verses from the King James Version Bible. It's Luke 17:2. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he cast into sea than he should offend one of these little ones.
Amen. We don't know what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to continue, you know, standing against this right here. You know, it's horrible, the whole situation. And it's pretty, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It's pretty sad, the whole situation, because we always think about, like, Selena, you know, the Raza, the Mexicans, right? We lost Selena. Then we had SPM, right? And then he goes and does this.
Yep.
I mean, the guy had it all, but if you listen to, you know, I've heard interviews of him, he said that he was on the wrong path. He was, you know, drinking and drugging and, you know, cheating on his wife all the time. And this guy was living a very wicked life, and he committed some very heinous crimes. And I even believe some of his partners and friends, you know, did the same thing too, but they just didn't get caught. Now, I can't prove it. I don't have no evidence. I know one time when we went to a hotel after party, when we were, you know, when I was back in the world, you know, there was one of their artists here, and we were all partying, and I was, you know, kind of in the streets, of course, in the street, and we went to a hotel, but we parked in the parking spot, and my cousin that was with us, you know, my daughter's cousin, she's probably, you know, 15, 16, you know, I was probably 17, 18, my wife, you know, we were young bucks, but we had her with us. We went to go see a concert, and them guys were up there trying to call the young girl that was with us, you know, up there, because, you know, the rappers are all there. Yep. We're all talking in the parking lot, and we were like, no. And I wasn't even a Christian then, and we even knew, no, you're not going to go up there with these grown men, and you're, you know, right. 16 years old. You know, they were trying to get her to go to the hotel room, and, you know, we didn't really, like, pay no mind, like, oh, it's crazy. We just, you know, we got to go. We just took off, and me and my wife went back to the south side. But now thinking about it, you know, how many more children did that happen to?
Innocent children.
Yeah, yep. where someone wasn't around, like me or my wife, even to even say, no, you're not going to go into a hotel room with these rappers. So I digress. Like I said, I don't have no proof of anybody else committing a heinous act, but I know that did happen to us, and I was there. And it was one of his people, but I'm not going to say the name. But I digress, y'all. Again, SPM very arrogantly saying he's going to get out. It's going to be his year, 2024, you know, with the same mindset. And Christi, I'm going to say it one time again, and you had a great point about the recidivism rate, if I can say that word correctly. I believe if he does come out, he's going to reoffend sooner or later. Simple as that. So,
68% chance, I think, is what it is.
Numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. So again, all the haters, talk all the ish you want on this video. I'm in West Texas, Southside Midland. I love my community. I love my family and friends, and I'm going to stand up for the innocent, and everybody else can bow down and kiss this guy's rear end. Trust me, me and Christi, we're used to, being the dog in the fight, and we do not give up, and we're not going to give up, and we're not going to let up, and we're not going to shut up. We're independent, we're self-made, we're self-funded, and we're not here to even get clout off of his name. That's not even. Of course, every video we make...
The video was nothing about trying to make numbers.
No, we had to basically even pray before we do these videos and say we want to be composed when we speak about this, because we take this very seriously, okay? And the point is, who cares? It's not about the numbers. It's about the message. And the message is this. This monster may be hitting the streets at the end of the year in October, and we ask that we start our campaign as of today, that we start writing the parole board and saying this man needs to serve his full sentence, just like his victims are serving their life sentence, wherever they're at. Final words.
It says that he will be eligible for parole on October 7th, 2024. If he doesn't get that, his projected release date is April 8th, 2047. I hope that's the date that he sees. And if you do want to write in that he should not be released, his criminal justice number is 01110642.
Say that again.
His criminal justice number is 01110642.
All righty.
And he is in the Ramsey unit at Rosharon, Texas.
And again, I just want to say this. It's not like I hate the guy, right? I'm just thinking about the innocent children that this man should not be around, really even legally. With them kind of charges, it's all bad. That's the simple matter of the fact. It ain't me hating. It ain't me being mean, whatever. He has these charges, convicted of them. He is a threat to society, in my opinion. And I would hope people are careful with their children around someone like this. And with that, y'all,
I just want to say,
go ahead.
I just want to say one quick thing. Anybody that doubts any part of this story, all you have to do is, these are public records. We got the official court transcripts. All you have to do, this man was released from bail for what happened with the 9-year-old. And then he posted bail, then reoffended, and
at a hotel with some more 14 and 15-year-old girls, right?
14-year-olds, and because the 13-year-old that became pregnant by him demanded child support, which then, that's automatic. The state's going to pick that up. But all you have to do is just pull the court records, stand for something or fall for anything. But I promise, the gate, whenever you get to the pearly gates, Jesus is not going to care about your heritage and your music. I promise. Amen. I promise. That's all I need to say. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
And shout out to those that have opened their eyes instead of just blindly hating us and say, man, we've had multiple messages. We looked it up. We will never listen to him. I'm not saying here, listen to who you want to listen to, but once you open up this, what's the word here? Once you open up this Pandora's box here and you start doing research, it's going to be up to you if you want to decide to continue supporting this man and his music and his legacy. So do your own research, and shout out to those that, had a eye-opening experience. They looked up they did their own research, and then they tell us, hey, you're right. It's right there in black and white. And with that, y'all, we're out of here. Christ is Lord. God bless.